of our state.
Yeah.
How much freaking snow did we get? 12 inches.
Yep.
It was completely gone. 60 degrees, and we get 12 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And it's the wet, like,
you could
build a snowman kind.
And you know what? We should have did that to clear out the driveway easier. I thought about it. I was like, I should just roll snow rolls down to get the driveway cleaned up. It probably would have worked better, because my husband did go out with the snowblower and try his best to get whatever he could, especially where the main cars park. And then he did half of the other side because he was getting so thick and wet that he couldn't get the snowblower down.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
it was kind of that snow where almost the snowblower didn't work because it was so wet and heavy.
And I'm like, just let it melt now. So we're just letting it melt.
That's what most people are, but a lot of it's gone already. I'm like, probably gonna.
Not me. My house shaded the part of my driveway. So now I have where the only part where the sun has hit in my tomorrow's trash can day. So my trash can is literally where all the snow's at.
I know, because I parked in the road there, so I was like right along it there. But it's crazy. This weather we have here, it's
insane.
Crazy.
And if I could remember, I'll post a picture of my yard, because I did take a picture of it, because I think it's a picture I took of it where at the end of the driveway, I live on an emergency route road, so we had a nice tall thin wave of snow from the plow at the end of our driveway.
So my Facebook memories came up in March 28th, 27th or 28th. Remember how I had those big tall candy canes? You could only see the little top part of it compared to this year.
Yeah.
And I posted a photo of it, completely green grass, and you can see everything. Literally 5 days later, we're buried again. 12 inches of snow. And
I really hope that we are done this time, because they always say we have a fall spring.
They say that we're supposed to get something coming this week, but I think hopefully it's going to be rain and the snow is going to stay up north.
I was just like, I didn't want to hear that.
I know. I'm ready to be done.
I did see rain though, maybe.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get mostly rain down here, but we're not quite as far north as
where I'm from. Yeah, it's funny too, because usually they get the most snow, but this time it was reversed. Because talked to my mother on Sunday, and she's like, "Oh, so how much snow did you end up getting?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh wow, we maybe got 2 inches." I'm like,
lucky you.
Well, it's really rare for us to get this much snow, so I guess
it usually sometimes just skirts us. It gets up north, goes past us, and then goes down south.
Well, we're in a valley for real, so like it's just kind of like
we're in a valley, but it's very flat. So
so it just kind of goes around us.
If we get wind, it just blows.
I really want to go to Chicago and see how windy it is there compared to here.
Oh, I flew into Chicago once, and that was my first time flying. It was terrible, awful, like never.
Was it windy there, or did you leave the airport?
Oh. It was actually when we flew into Orlando, because it was 2 days after a hurricane hit. So it was like the plane went sideways like this. I'm like, I'm flying again.
I think you probably haven't flown by.
I've flown a couple times, but I'm not gonna fly.
Well, we're not gonna fly now. We were huge flyers. Now we're not gonna fly anymore unless we really have to, because of all the plane accidents happening. The maintenance isn't being kept up as much.
My son is flying on Thursday, so just be quiet now.
Okay.
Stop talking.
We'll talk about after he gets back.
Stop talking. I'm like anxious, and I'm not even going.
But we're not flying no more.
But you know where he's going? He's going to see George Strait down in Austin, Texas.
I cannot believe it. He's like seeing one
it's
of my
like a bucket.
idols.
It's a bucket list item for me, and he's like, "Oh, my friend won VIP passes to go back there," and I was like,
"Okay." You know what we need to do then? We need to start trying to do these VIP pass things in other
it was
states.
funny because
and then we could go on a road trip.
The kid was like listening to a radio advertisement at a bar while he was drunk. I don't even know. It was some thing.
He listening to that?
I don't know what he was listening, but he was just like, "I'll try it." He sticks his name in there, and all of a sudden he wins. So he gets 4 VIP passes to this concert. So I was like, "Well,
is George Strait coming anywhere near us?"
No, because he was in Vegas doing a Vegas tour for the longest time, so he wasn't really touring. So he's staying close to home because this guy's old, you know. Yeah. He's got to be, what, 80?
He's so gorgeous.
He was the first CD I ever bought, so, I mean, that's that. But, you know, I get to go see Morgan Wallen on Saturday.
I'm jealous.
I'm excited.
Was that a Christmas present or what?
No, my husband just wanted to go, but I'm a little nervous because the stadium that we go to has 3 levels, and I think we're on the very top, and me and heights are not good. So I might be like grinning and bearing and
kinda sounds
bleeding and
terrifying.
breathing through it, or hiding in the bathroom the whole time. I don't
You
know.
didn't pick like the row front of the balcony, right?
I hope not. I don't know. I don't do well at all, but that one you don't necessarily have to like walk up like in our dome where you have to walk
Yeah.
up to get to the top.
It's kind of scary.
You kind of walk in high, you know,
Oh, like
hallways behind and then
thank
go up a
God.
little bit. So, because I've been up kind of on the higher level
Mhm.
like 1 or 2 times, I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need to be up here because I did not do well. I think we went to the X Games and it was like, we went to a spot there, nobody was sitting.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go sit down over there because me and heights do not get along. I think that's part of the reason I don't like to fly, but mostly because I don't have control over anything. But
Yeah.
I don't do heights very well at all. My family laughs at me all the time, but like we went to like Thunder Bay one year and they're looking at all the, they're like, oh, let's go out over here, or hiked a few of the things, and I was like, I am not going out there. Like we went up to Banff and Jasper and they were like, let's do this lookout over the mountain. I was like, you guys can go. I'll sit down here and drink a Starbucks because I ain't doing that.
So you're not going to go on the skywalk on the Grand Canyon?
I didn't know because it was a sky. That's what this was a glass skywalk over this canyon or whatever. Yeah. And they went up these tram cars to the top of the mountain or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay down here. You guys go up there because I will wreck their time the entire time. I'll be screaming like a little lunatic.
I want to bring my kid to the Grand Canyon, but we're not. I don't want to go on the skywalk. I'm too scared. You know how many people have been on that skywalk now? Now it has time to fail.
Yeah, no,
I'm not going.
I am one of those where it is. I'm A-okay staying down here and letting them go up and do their thing because I have learned that it wrecks their trip and their experience when I go up there because I'm sitting there just freaked out the entire time.
Yeah, and
it's just not worth wrecking. And I'm like, I know what my limit is. And I'm like, I try to do it sometimes, but it basically just wrecks it all the time.
Right.
For me, so.
Well, for your nerves, it just happens.
Well, I'm a nervous traveler anyway. Like, I like to see new places, but I don't like to fly.
You did Gators the one day.
I did do Gators.
I was very proud of you.
You know, we drove all the way down there just because it was kind of one of those things where it was like, we already kind of had this thing figured out, and that was the last kind of a little bit later in the year swap of where we were actually going. Yeah. And we were doing 5 people, so I was like, well, it's going to cost me like $2,500 to fly everybody there. So
there and back and luggage.
So we drove the 25 hours or whatever it was down to New Orleans, but it was a long haul, but we did it. And I actually like driving places because you see everything along the way, you know, because you miss everything when you don't drive. You know, we used to do that as kids, and my dad would put us in our van and we'd take off for 2 weeks and we'd drive, you know, halfway across country up through Canada, down to Texas, you know, wherever.
I'm an impatient person now, but now that, or I should say, I was a super impatient person as a traveler. Like, I want to be there right then and there. Like, I don't want to waste my vacation driving. So I liked us having to fly because there's 3 hours versus 24, 25 hours that wherever we go. So, but now I would like to drive there so I can see.
You want to see all the stuff in the middle, so that you don't have to, you know, because it's like my husband has family in, you know, Atlanta area and you know, St. Louis area, and you know, we flew into Atlanta one time, and I did not do well. That was the first time I flew with my kids, and like we just didn't fly because it was so much anxiety for me to fly that it was embarrassing for me as a mom to do that because I'm just not a good flyer. Right. Like where your kid has to grab your hand and go, Mommy, it's okay, you can breathe now, because I'm literally like white knuckling it, like hyperventilating the entire flight. You know? I'm not so much that, like the last time I flew, I think we flew to Nashville or something like that. I was okay, but I had on my LifeWave Anon patches that were supposed to keep you calm, and I took a lot of calming herbs and stuff before I got on. I didn't have any caffeine or anything because it was like I was literally like, okay, I can do this. Well, and then we got on the plane, and they were trying to get us out, because I think it was when we were leaving to come back. There was like this really severe thunderstorm, and we were already on the plane taxied out, and they were trying to get us out before the storm got too close.
Too late.
And we got out there, like we were literally like lined up next to go, and we were just a hair too late.
Oh, shoot.
So we're out on the tarmac, right? Like lined up to go take off next. Like all you had to do was like whoop around and hit the gas and go, right? Our plane is like this, just shaking back and forth like this. And he gets on, he goes, "Oh, folks, it's a good thing that we didn't take off because that was a microburst, and microburst and planes do not get along." And I was just like, dude, just shut up. I don't want to know.
Tell me we need to abort.
I'm like, I'm just glad that we're on the ground right now. So at least that way, if we flip over or something, we're already here, and
have a chance of living.
My husband was like, "You actually did really well. I thought you were gonna freak out," and I was like, "Well, I was kind of starting to get that way, but it was like, as long as we weren't in the air, I think I was okay because I go, they're not gonna let us take off if it's not safe." Yeah. But it's just like I'm like,
I've had a plane delayed in Minneapolis for a blizzard. Oh. They couldn't keep up with de-icing the planes and the runway.
I don't do well because we were delayed there and we ended up just driving around for a little while, and I was just like, I don't do well with that stuff because I'm like, I need to get on the plane, and I go like, I will drive 3.5 hours to the big airport from here so I can get a direct flight so that I don't have to do the little puddle jumper from here to the big city to wherever we're going.
Because I like direct flights. I don't like
the least amount of time where I have to deal with the ups and the downs and whatever. It's better for me.
I just don't like layovers.
Well, one of the second time I flew, actually, we had such a big layover. And we went on a 3-day cruise. My husband went on a 3-day cruise, and I was not a cruise person.
I didn't want to go on a cruise.
I actually got seasick to the point where I couldn't eat. And I was glad that our stateroom was on the main deck level, because I couldn't tell if we were moving or not moving, so everything was just like this all the time, and I couldn't get off. Like, it was like you literally can't get off.
I get sick on the lake. We actually had to sell our boat because after my first child, I couldn't go back on the water anymore. Yeah. I literally wrecked boating.
I don't mind like the pontoon and that kind of stuff, but like the big boat, I could not, because people are like, you don't even know you're on there, and I'm like, I couldn't do it. And I don't know if it was just so much anxiety over being somewhere not at home,
like the Titanic. That's why I ain't going on a cruise.
I don't know, because they're like, you either like them or you don't. And I'm like, I will never go on a cruise. I don't care how cheap they are. I don't care if it's all. I'm like, I am never going to waste my money to go, because I'm like, I would have starved to death if we had to stay on there another day, because I literally couldn't even put anything to my lips because I would vomit.
You just vomit. Oh God, that reminds me of my husband went out trimester of pregnancy.
It was so bad. My husband went out and explored the boat without me because I couldn't even literally. It was like I had cinder blocks on my knees and I couldn't go. I'm like, this sucks. So then.
Did they have medicine on there for you?
But they wouldn't give it. They wouldn't give it to me because I had asthma and stuff. So they wouldn't give me this whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we got off the boat and we were supposed to fly out, but we got early, so we went on standby from Orlando, and so we had to catch a connecting flight in either Chicago or Denver. I don't remember. And we had to get standby on that one, otherwise we would have been sitting there. So then we flew from wherever that was to Minneapolis, right? So then we had a layover of like 7 or 8 hours. See, I was like, I am not getting on another plane. I go, you guys can get on the plane, you can wait here. I went to every rental car place in that airport until I found a one-way to home. And then my husband knows I do not like to drive there because that city is terrible.
Which city?
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh yeah,
crazy bad.
I do drive in that now.
Crazy bad.
Even Vegas.
I do now, but back then it was like I don't like driving in there because it's crazy. But now you got basically GPS that tells you where to go, because before it was like so confusing.
And that was just it. Like now that I have GPS and stuff, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Otherwise, I had such huge
trying
anxiety.
to read the signs and not hit somebody.
And then it panicked me that if I'd passed my turn, and then Phil's like, "Don't worry, we can go back."
Yeah, it was an all-inclusive cruise that we had, so it was like I paid $350 to rent that car one way home.
Did you do it?
I did. I said, I will drive, you guys can sleep, or you guys can sit here and wait for the plane, but I am going to go home. I am getting in this car, and the car was spinning the whole time because the airplane was like this. The cabin of the airplane was all the way home. I was just like, somebody who's terrified in the first place. I'm like, I just need to get off. I'm like, I cannot do it another plane. I just could not do another plane. So then I rented the car and I drove all the way home.
Did you get your money back or like a discount refund?
No, but I just paid the $350, rented the dang car, drove home. Sat at home for an hour or two waiting for the airplane to land.
They waited for the plane?
Well, the plane came. No, they got in the car with me.
Oh.
But by the time we got home, we waited a couple hours.
Oh, for your bags.
And then had to go back to the airport to get our bags because they were already on the plane.
Right.
So we had to go back and get the luggage from the little airport.
It's a 3-4 hour drive.
So I was like, went home, waited a little bit, and then the plane was delayed. So it would have been another hour or two that they got delayed, so we had to wait. And I was just like, suckers! I drove home because I'm like, I couldn't do it again. I'm just not a flyer, but whatever. I mean,
I don't mind it. It's just like
can't afford to fly anywhere because our taxes cost too much this year. This state is terrible. I'm gonna have to move. For real. Well, for real. Like, my friend paid to get his expedition licensed, and it was like $700 for his tabs. I read somebody the other day paid $1,600 or something. I'm like, what in the? I mean, and you have to buy them because otherwise you get in trouble. Like,
yep.
And just a driver's license, like $60 now.
Yeah, it's bad because we get the one with the star on it.
Like, my state taxes are almost more than my federal taxes at this point. I'm like, I gotta write another couple $1,000s out to the stupid state. And I'm like, I don't even know. I did not get a nice refund back this year, but I had to get a new tax lady, which I'm really sad about because my other one was great. She's 80 something, so I mean.
Yeah, and my land taxes, or whatever you want, property taxes went up because.
So did mine. I don't even want to know.
Well, mine went up. Or I should see how much they are regular that they went up, but they went up because I have a special on it because they forced me to take 2 trees down.
Yeah, well, the county taxes went up, the city taxes went up, the school levy passed this year, that went up, and it was.
I think Clay County is just trying to be like Minneapolis.
Well, the thing is people are going to start jumping ship because they can't afford it.
And well, I look on.
I'm almost to the point where I can't afford it anymore.
I look on the real estate thing all the time. Well, not all the time, but frequent enough to notice things. 5 foreclosures were on there. 5.
Because people can't afford it.
And I never see foreclosures on this thing. Usually you have to do all these special websites and all this crap like that to even get to look at that stuff. Nope, they were on there, and I'm like.
I was looking back at my stuff yesterday just because I was curious, I think, based off of trying to figure out what the escrow account's going to be because you're always going to have a shortage every time because my insurance went up like $1,300. And it's like the coverage goes down, your deductibles go up, and you're getting nothing.
That's like health insurance.
Don't even talk about. We can't even afford our health insurance. It's $2,400. My husband's surgery was $37,000. We have to pay $8,000 of that on top of the $2,400 premiums, and that's just his. And they don't let you combine bills. So you got a bill for me, a bill for my son, and a bill for my other son because they usually don't go to the doctor. It just happened where they went at the end of the year, or whatever it was.
Yep.
They make them pay $200 on each account every month. They won't combine them. He's like,
God, that's such bullshit.
He goes, I cannot afford it. Like,
that's freaking bullshit.
I don't even.
I thought about going back to BioLife again.
We're gonna have to.
But
he made a miscalculation thinking we could pay the premium, and then he forgot that he had to pay something else. So he's
that makes
basically hosed right now. Because I let him keep the extra money he gets from his other
because he does his
other things for his car, but he's like, I might have to dip into that just to afford it, because it's like normally if I go to the chiropractor, it goes out of that one fund or whatever, and it's like now I have to just say, here, I'll Venmo you some money because there just isn't any.
Yep. Everything is getting way too expensive.
That's why when I went in to get my little thing checked today, and they were going to do an ultrasound. She's like, well, we can do one, but I don't think you need to. I'm like, we're not going to do it because I'm like, it's probably like $3,000, and I'm like, then I'm going to have to pay another $3,000.
My dad just wants to put a new crown on top of my crown, and I'm like, you know what? She's hanging in and she doesn't hurt.
Yeah, unless there's a problem.
There's like no gap or hole. They're like, well, it seems like it looks like it's getting a little bit it looks like it's getting rotten on the X-ray. Like, yeah, and you've said that for the last 2 years.
Right.
So until she falls off,
if it's not causing
we're staying
an issue.
here. She's staying in there. I paid a lot of money for have her in there.
No doubt. It's just like they want to get you coming and going, like literally drowning. My medical premium costs more than my house.
I believe it.
By hundreds of dollars. So it's like, and in our state, we only have 2 choices.
Yeah, and with my company, I get to have their insurance.
Well, my husband and I are both self-employed, so it's like we get the marketplace, and that's the choice that we get.
Yep.
And it's like, with my asthma and stuff, we have to be strategic because my one inhaler is like $600 without the insurance. So it's like, do you pay for the lower premiums? Chance it on that, you know.
But we're getting older now. We can't just.
And this whole perimenopause thing, it's like I've been going to the doctor more because you're like, is that normal?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'll pay the $300 office visit or whatever, but it's like it adds up, you know. And we weren't counting on my husband breaking his ankle and having surgery 5 days into the year. You know, so I mean,
it's like, well, that's what I mean. Like, we're older now, so like, it seems like more stuff's happening. Yeah. So like, we need it now. Like, where I was younger, God, insurance was so much. Like, this one company I worked for, you only had to pay $100 a month and have like a copay thing. It was like the best coverage ever. And then now all of a sudden, it's like shit.
Well, it's like
it really has gone down.
This state is terrible. It's like they're just getting you in every direction. Like my husband and my sons stayed down in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area to watch a Vikings game.
Oh yeah,
16 taxes on their hotel room. It was an extra $600 just in taxes.
For what?
Just random, like
for parking,
loyal, like
tipping,
air tax, and I mean it was just some weird random taxes. Because he got an itemized thing for some reason.
Yeah, I would like, too. Yeah, we always do.
So I'm like, why is it an extra $100 and some? Because I'm like, the room was like $720, but the bill was like $9 something, and I was like, something's not right. Yeah.
You even have to.
Then I'm like, look at the taxes. I was like, $15 for what? It was like, even if it's like 20 cents or 16 cents or 18 cents, and I'm like, when you got 16 of them, they add up, right?
Yeah. Me and your friend, we go to Mexican restaurants and stuff once a month. So we're kind of doing like a tour of the area of like all these Mexican restaurants. I noticed the last one that we had ate at, 2 times ago that we ate at, so a couple months ago or a few months ago, we went to one and they actually charged me for the guacamole. Where other ones are like, it's like just an accommodation feature.
Most of them now are that it's $13 for it.
Yeah. So we went to this one that everyone recommends because it's so great. So we go there and I'm just like, do you want guacamole? I'm like, sure.
They don't tell you they charge you for it.
They don't charge you. They just want a tip.
If you want it, and then
they just want a tip.
It's always been $13 when I've gone. They just don't tell you.
No.
They'll offer you want some guacamole, but they don't tell you that they're going to charge you for it.
No, they don't.
And then it shows up on your bill.
Yep, and it showed up on my bill. I was like, yeah.
You'd be like, I could have bought 4 avocados and
we are not having guacamole no more. So now we just eat the free salsa.
I learned how to make it, so it's actually much better. Except I have to make so much. We go through like, I made guacamole with 8 avocados the other day, like 3 days ago. 3 days ago.
My problem is I accidentally let the avocados get too old.
Well, yeah, but you think they almost think they're too old. Everybody in my family, Landon,
like what? Like, with what? Like
it doesn't matter. They'll put it on anything. I'll just eat it straight.
I'd eat it straight.
Yeah,
myself.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Maybe I should learn how to make it.
I mean, instead of watching Netflix all the time.
Well, you could actually make it watching Netflix. So you're being productive.
Actually, I've been listening to audiobooks when I do that stuff, but you know, I probably need to be more productive and not eat out because I can't afford to because I need to freaking pay my medical insurance. So
yeah, we have cut back greatly. So like that once a month I go out with her to the Mexican restaurants like a treat.
But it's so hard when I'm so unmotivated to do anything, and I've cooked 3 meals already that day for a bunch of tiny little people. So for me, it's like, oh, let's go this place, you know. But it's like $60, and you're like,
just for just 2 people,
right? Like, you know, it's minimum.
Like no matter what, it's $20 per person,
$40-$50, but you know, and that's just like drinking water. That's just like the food. That's not actually, you know.
And you gotta watch out now when you go out to eat. One of our favorite restaurants, we haven't gone back and won't go back now. One of the waitresses thought she should get some extra money, so she put 3 items on our charge. Just 3 items that we never ordered, mixed into the thing. Because I kind of know how much it costs for us to go out to eat, because we always eat the same thing.
Right.
Well, it was drastically higher. I was like, this isn't right. And we always get a receipt itemized, but then we didn't look at it. We just paid it and left because it was pretty crowded. Well, I was at the gas station, put gas on, and I'm like, I want to see this receipt. So Phil gave it to me. I'm like, we didn't have this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
He brought it back. And
they're like, sorry, we don't know if you did need it.
No, the guy was pissed. She still works there.
Well, it means that she was probably doing it before.
Well, and that's just it. Like, how many times has she done that to my own family? Because she was actually one of the quote unquote super sweet waitresses you love to have.
Yeah.
For a reason.
We had one that did that to my mom. We gave her we had a gift card for this place, and we gave her the gift card, and she comes back and didn't take the gift card off, but didn't bring the gift card back, and then said that we didn't have one. My mom was like not happy. We had to like call the manager and everything else. It was quite the ordeal, and I was like,
did you get to take care of it before you left?
We had to jump through some hoops before.
That's bullshit.
They would
because there should have been a camera. They're all videotaped.
Because she's like, well, I used the gift card, it just didn't come off of there. Like, she just said she didn't pay attention, but yet she couldn't produce the gift card either. So I was like, how many gift cards do you get every day? Like, you couldn't have gone that far. I'm like, you clearly knew. I said, we have a gift card, and I handed it to you. You're like, oh, okay. And then, she was trying to get out of it, but she didn't know what happened to it.
Okay. Well,
so I don't know.
I want to know where that is later. I'll tell you where mine was after this. For real?
Yeah.
Okay, go in there again.
Yeah.
I said it wrong, probably.
Yeah, that's all.
That one. Hi, guys. We'll see you again, and thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.